What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Ohio Sports Talk. I am your host, Doug. That's the coach, Jordan Maxson. Jordan, how the hell you doing, man?
Hey, we're doing well, Doug. Doing well. Hitting a few practices this week with the boys. Getting the season ready. Super excited about that. But everything else is going well. A lot to be excited about. Ohio's very busy right now.
Yep.
We're popping off in Canton. We were popping off in Cincinnati a few days ago. Cleveland's popping off as we speak. So a lot to dive into. Super excited. How are things on your end besides this horrendous rainstorm that's going from north to south?
Well, quick programming note. If my power goes out, I am sorry. But this is an absolute masterclass in thunderstorms right now. I walked out to go grab something from my car. Lightning everywhere. The rain it's raining sideways. It is not great out there right now. So if I lose power, Jordan, don't surrender. Just push on without me. It doesn't matter. But it's absolutely dangerous out there right now. You'll probably hear it in the background. So if you hear that in the audio, you're gonna have to just deal with it today. I appreciate everybody who sticks around through the issues. But I'm excited, Jordan, because guess what, man? We've got massive news.
Yes.
I can't even believe it's happening. We are having former Reds pitcher Bronson Arroyo on the show Monday night live at 9:00. I mean, Jordan, what does this mean to you? Because we don't get these kind of opportunities all the time, and we're getting a massive opportunity to talk to an all-time great Reds pitcher of our lifetime. An all-time great Reds pitcher. So, what are your thoughts there, bud?
This is the guy we grew up on. I mean, absolutely. Super excited to have him on. I think of not only his pitching, Douglas. He was known to pop off a few home runs. He's one of the few Reds pitchers to have 2 home runs in a game. We'll touch on this on Monday. I don't want to spill it all, but I'm just super excited. A guy that I remember with the Red Sox, like you reminisced on our last episode. A guy that came to Cincinnati and was really part of the culture change. So to have this kind of caliber player come on and speak with us about his career and the state of the Reds and even touching on his music career, Douglas, I'm super excited. This was a big win. This is one of the projects we had in the pipeline. Couldn't wait to get it out and open, and just absolutely excited. First of many things we got going on here at Ohio Sports Talk, and it's just going to keep getting better.
For sure. Thank you, Jenna, for tuning in. Yes, getting Bronson Arroyo to join our show is massive. We're going to be pushing that all weekend because obviously that's the biggest thing in our world right now. Jordan, we've got a lot going on, though, outside of Bronson Arroyo. We've got the Reds. We just won the series against the Cubs. We're going to talk a little Cavaliers tonight, grade the offseason. We're obviously going to hammer home our Olympic athletes, and then we're going to finish with our news and notes. Jordan, let's get rolling, man. The Reds take 2 of 3 from the Cubbies. How do you feel coming out of that series, Jordan? Because I feel a little bit differently than maybe you do. I would like to hear your thoughts. How do you feel coming out of the series? And then I'll let you know how I'm feeling.
Douglas, I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm sure we're going to touch on some of the roster tweaks. The Reds did. Nick Krall did wake up from his slumber and get a few things done right before the deadline. So I feel a little bit better about that. But overall, great series against the Cubs. It wasn't the finish that we wanted, but the first 2 games, the offense looked alive. We were manufacturing runs. We were hitting singles. We were hitting some doubles. Ellie Deli Cruz looked good. A lot of other guys are kind of getting healthier, getting back in the lineup. Espinal, absolute monster. That's got to be a shout out right here. Espinal is on a absolute tear. And that has to be acknowledged. I don't care if there's a rest day for him. You don't stop a guy when he's on a heater. We've got to push forward. Hope to see big things from him from the Giants series. But Douglas, I'm feeling okay. It's not the trades that I really wanted. It's not the way I want to see Andrew Abbott go out, in Game 3. But I'm feeling better. How are you feeling? Because you said it might not mirror me necessarily, so I'm kind of interested to dig in how you're feeling.
Quick shout out to David Williams over on Facebook. Thanks, David, for joining in with us. We really appreciate it. Jordan, I'm going to spin it the other direction. We did take 2 of 3 from the Cubs. That is a series win. That's what we needed to do in terms of, of saving face and everything. But the Cubs are in a worse spot than we are. And even with the 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, we're still 5.5 games back in the wild card right now, Jordan. 5.5 games with a team that's as inconsistent as the Reds is almost a mountain to overcome. We needed to sweep the Cubs really badly, and we came out in that third and final game, and we got our doors blown off. 13-4. It was bad decisions. It was weird manager decisions. It was a little bit of everything wrapped into one. It was inconsistency from Nick Lodolo, who's been struggling his last 6 or 7 starts. The Reds' offense didn't get going until that 3-run home run from Jake Fraley. And then we saw David Bell make inexcusable decisions. Why, when the score got cut 6-3, did we run Nick Lodolo back out there when he didn't have it? He just didn't have his best stuff. He hasn't had his best stuff. He ran Nick Lodolo back out there after cutting the lead to 6-3, and Nick Lodolo just gives up 2 more runs and ends the game, giving up 11 hits in 5 and 2 innings, 8 earned runs. I mean, Jordan, when it was 6-3, it felt like we had some life. And then after that, it just went right. It just eviscerated right then and there. It felt like a series we had to sweep, and we didn't do that. And to me, 5.5 games feels like it's almost insurmountable. I'm still very, very worried. You sound a little more optimistic than I am. We're fighting such an uphill battle, and the teams in front of us, in my opinion, are just better than we are right now. I mean, the Giants, we get them for 3 games. They're a game ahead of us. The Pittsburgh's 3 games ahead of us. The Cardinals are 4 games ahead of us. The Mets are 5 games ahead of us. I mean, it's a lot just to even get into that final wild card spot, and I don't think we have what it takes to get it done. I don't think our manager's good enough. I don't think our hitting is good enough. We did make minute changes at the All-Star break. Minute. And the fact that our front office goes out and throws a fucking celebration, and they're patting each other on the back. Oh, right. You can move up to the COO position. Oh, you're going to stay the head of operations. We are walking hand in hand with Nick Krall, who Nick Krall hasn't done a damn thing to help this team out in how many years? The reports came out that there wasn't a lot of players available at the break. Fine. Whatever. Last year is not excusable when this team had a chance. And the same shit's happening. Nick Krall gets so many damn pats on the back from this organization that it drives me crazy. Today, Jordan, Jonathan India does an interview. He said, we didn't really sell at the deadline. I don't know what direction we're going in. That's coming from your captain, the guy that everybody in that locker room respects. Everybody looks up, and that's the guy. And he doesn't know what direction we're going in as a franchise. That is a disconnect between our front office and our players. There is something wrong here. Why are all those guys talking about how successful the season's been, how successful they've been over the last couple of years? They have not delivered on anything they promised us all those years ago when they took that stupid ad out in the paper and said, we're going to be a playoff team. We're going to get it done. We're going to do all this. They haven't done it, and they continue to let these fans down. They continue to let the players down. And Jonathan India, I love that guy. Your captain should know what the hell's going on. He should know if we're buying or we're selling, if we're going all in, and he doesn't know that. That means the rest of the team doesn't know that. And I'm fed up with this shit. The Castellinis, Nick Krall. I don't think it's David Bell. I don't think he knows what the front office is doing at this point. He's just lucky that he's Krall's guy. It's bullshit, Jordan. I don't like it. What are your thoughts? Because I went on a little bit of a rant there. Quick shout out to Darren. We still going to get positive Jordan. He is more optimistic than I am, as you heard by that last little rant. Go ahead, Jordan. Yeah. Take it away.
No, Douglas, I don't disagree with you at all. It was kind of discouraging seeing Bob Castellini's son get a promotion. That was a little bit of head scratching this morning, or at least I read the article this morning if I was a day behind. Yep. But absolutely, I did see that, the pat on the back. I did get little bits and clips of the interview with Jonathan India on 700 this morning. When the only thing that he did say was clear that the organization wanted to keep him, although there was strong interest from the Yankees, Red Sox, and other unknown teams that he didn't name out loud. But You know, and I do feel that way, Douglas, because I mean, we kind of, like I said before, your take on it. We tweaked the roster. We didn't make it necessarily better. We didn't really make it worse, and we kind of stayed stagnant. So 5.5 games, it does feel like kind of a mountain to climb, but the Giants aren't in a great position either. I believe they're still below 500, a little bit in the same boat that we are. So that's a team that, at least at home, and I know we have a losing record overall at home. Hopefully at home we can turn the Jets back on. Hunter Green is a great way to start that. If he gets some damn run support, Doug, and goes 7 innings, does another master class, I think at least we take game 1. So it kind of feels like we're right there, but we're not. So I'm teetering on it. I kind of sound like a broken record week in, week out, that I feel good, but then I feel bad. But like last night's episode, David Bell, like you said, we cut the lead, and even after getting 2 guys on base, we roll Lodolo out. The first 2 guys hit absolute dingers down the line. That's when I would cut it. I wouldn't have waited until after he hit gave up the 3-run shot. It's just really piss poor management on David Bell's side. I know you want to get the most innings out without digging into your bullpen, but we also did make trades for the bullpen, so we got to see what guys have. That's just wasted experience and a losing effort when you go out. You come on a new team, so none of that looked encouraging at all, because you're not going to throw your best stuff. You're going to come out and relieve this game in a losing effort. It's kind of like playing cleanup duty as a quarterback in the fourth quarter when you're down fucking 20 points.
Yep.
So I felt like that last game kind of deflated some of the moves that we made, but I'm a little bit optimistic. This Giants series will either make or break me. I'll either be on Monday's episode, matching your energy level and your language on how I feel about the Reds, or Douglas, I'll balance you out and tell you, there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Only time will tell. That's what's great about sports and bad. But I think we're going to tie a bow on it here. We kick off Hunter Green Giants tomorrow night, 7:10 at Great American Ballpark. Let's just see where it goes. Let's see where it goes.
Quick correction, Jordan. We're actually going Andrew Abbott tomorrow night to open the series, and then on Saturday at 7:15 on Fox, we get to see Hunter Green versus Blake Snell in a really, really fun pitching duel. And then we close that series with Carson Spires, and they have not named their starter yet. Like you just said, yeah, I don't feel great about it, but if we could find a way to take 2 of 3 or potentially sweep the Giants, it does feel different. I went to lunch with my grandma earlier before the show started. Jordan, quick side note, she wants the F-bombs to slightly drop back, but I got going on a tangent there, so I do apologize to Grandma. She loves and supports the show. She just wants a little bit less of the F-bombs. So we're going to work on it, but that front office thing of everybody patting each other on the back really, really bothered me, Jordan. Massive series against the Giants. I haven't given up. I just don't feel like our front office is connected to the players, and that bothers me a lot. We've got a lot of season left, Jordan. We got a lot of season left. I'm so excited to watch this team, as crazy as that is. But let's transition, Jordan. Let's talk some Olympics. We've got our Olympic athletes today, Max Holt and Trevor Bassett. But before we get into those guys, Jordan, the Olympics have pretty much taken over the world. How are you feeling so far? I mean, I'm having an absolute blast, watching the Olympics right now. I'm going to pull up the medal count for everybody. We've been doing our running medal count every night, and that's been super fun to do. Let me get that pulled.
Does this include this afternoon stuff?
Yes, this is up to date. This is from ESPN. This is up to date. We are up to 37 medals, Jordan. France is in second with 27. China made another big leap. They are up to 24. China still has the overall gold medal lead. We've moved into second with 9. We lead in silver medals, and we lead in bronze medals. Jordan, give me your overview of the Olympics right now. It's been a damn fun couple days. What are we in, day 6 now? Yes. What are your thoughts, buddy?
Hard to believe. We'll be a full week because the soccer teams kicked off Thursday last week, and then we went into the ceremonies after that. So definitely kind of went by. But Douglas, I'm having a great time with it, 100%. Seeing the women's soccer team be an absolute dominant, seeing the women's sand volleyball team, the women's indoor volleyball team took one on a chin early, but then rebounded. Our boy from Cincinnati, he won a silver medal for swimming.
Yep.
We just kind of covered him on the last episode. On the relay team, that the boys did fantastic. Armstrong, yeah. Armstrong now has 2 medals in the Olympics in his Olympic debut, a bronze and a silver. So, I'm feeling really good. The men's volleyball team are playing live right now at sand volleyball. We'll see how that turns out. They were up 1-0 when I turned off the television. I feel good. Simone Biles took gold again in individuals for the gymnastics. Became the all-time leading athlete in her sport for Olympian medals.
Quick sidebar, dude. Her athletic ability is it might be the greatest athletic ability. Like what she can do on the mat and just in gymnastics in general is just so like mind-blowing how athletic and how talented she is. She legitimately is the best gymnastics competitor of all time. It's incredible to watch her compete. Keep going, but I just wanted to give her some credit. She is the absolute GOAT of gymnastics. It's insane to watch her compete when she is 100% healthy. Even when she's not healthy, she's still the best. It's wild, but it's just watching her do her thing is just beyond. It's like watching LeBron at his peak. You're watching something that's almost hard to comprehend. But keep going because I just wanted to give her some credit because she's been so damn good this year.
No, and I'm glad you mentioned basketball because she got up to 13.5 feet in the air today.
That's crazy.
And Kevin Durant and both LeBron James and Kevin Durant chimed in and were offering to see if they could throw her an alley-oop in practice because they think that would be something to see. They think she can get up there and absolutely maybe do something and make a nice dunk. But she's been invited to Team USA's basketball. That's official.
That's
to do a little practice and see if they can't do something. That'd be kind of neat at the end of the Olympics if they got together for a little jam time in the gym. But
definitely.
Go ahead.
Quick shout out to our KFC. Let me rep the USA and energy drink shotgunning. What an absolute weapon our guy KFC is. Shotgunning energy drinks is the kind of behavior that gets you put in a mental hospital, sir. But no, we absolutely love KFC. He's doing a great job covering the Kentucky Wildcats. He does a great job covering the Cleveland Browns. Massive shout out to KFC. Hell of a guy. But continue on, Jordan, because what's been your favorite event to watch, and then we're going to get into our two athletes. What's been your favorite event?
I'm going to side with a little bit of Pat McAfee on this one and how you described that. Just the swimming, Douglas. It's so fast and so it's so there. And seeing Katie Ledecky, have a 10-second lead start to where there was an aerial shot of nobody even near her. It looked like she was swimming by herself. That to me is so exciting because it's right there. It's athlete versus athlete, and it's just so quick. You watch them swim almost half a mile, and it's just bam, it's done. Yeah. And the 100-meter relay and 100 meters freestyle. I mean, I don't know. You just feel so much amp, and then you're just like, damn. It's like watching your favorite football team on the goal line, but just consistently, like play after play after play.
Yep.
Because once it's over, I mean, that's it. It's there, gone and done, and it's such a quick moment. These athletes train for years to get there, and it's done. It's done in 14 seconds. Some of them 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and to me, it's just some of the most competitive racing you'll ever see on any level. So for me, it's got to be the pool. I'm all about the pool.
Well, and I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that. It's also the power that these athletes generate with their upper bodies and their legs, the way they kick and the way they can use their arms and just the power they generate to create that speed. I mean, like you said, it is incredible. I was watching, what was it, the 4x200 today that Australia won the gold. I mean, those ladies were absolutely booking it in the pool. Ledecky made up some time to get them into the silver, and then the anchor brought it, kept it even, brought it even closer. But the Australian ladies won by 2 seconds. Like, that's insane in the pool. So good call on that. I'm big into the track events. I want to see those quick, like the 100-meter dash, all that kind of stuff, the hurdles, and then where you get to really see people with like next level speed. You think of like football where, you're just running away from the pack, and these guys have just like that different gear. And I definitely like to enjoy watching the track and field athletes get out and run the speed events. So, Jordan,
most
we're obviously
Usain Bolt caught my eye. Usain Bolt got me into that years ago when we were witnessing the fastest man alive, and we'll never, big shout out to him. We'll never get to see that again in our lifetime. Just like you said, next level, incredible speed.
Of course, Jordan, we'll obviously post the Olympic medal count here at the end of the night, but let's get into our athletes, Jordan. We're going to start off with our guy. Let me get it pulled up. Why? Oh, give me a second. Where are they at? All right, give me a second. I'm struggling here.
But for those of us that didn't see the graphic, we're diving into either Max Holt or Trevor Bassett.
Sorry, guys. Quick little jolt in the power. As I mentioned, there is a huge thunderstorm. We're actually going to start off with Trevor Bassett, Jordan. Trevor Bassett. He is from Bluffton, Ohio, Jordan. He went to Ashland College. He is a 10-time national champion in various events throughout his college career. He is a 21-time All-American. That is various awards. That is a stupid amount of All-American awards. 3-time national champion at Ashland as a team. He is a 2-time world champion in his own right and a 1-time silver medalist at the World Indoor Championships. And he is competing in the 400-meter hurdles at the 2024 Olympics. This kid, he's still only 26. He's on his first Olympic team, Jordan. Give us a little bit extra background on him.
Like you touched on, from Bluffton, Ohio, went to Ashland University, which is Division II school. This guy holds just record after record. World championships. He went to Budapest in 2022. Was a 4x4 relay gold. He also in 2022 in a world championships they won a silver medal for the 4x4 relay. So you see this guy, that's one of his specialties. He has a bronze medal for the 400-meter relay in the world championships in Budapest in 2022 as well for the solo event. Just kind of like you said, athlete. He specializes in 110 meters individual. 400-meter hurdles is what he is known for. When he was at Ashland University, like you said, 21 individual awards, All-American. That's wild. I don't care if it's Division II or Division I. That is an accolade that will probably never be seen for many years. So a lot to be proud of. In his world records for the indoor, 400 meters at 45.27 seconds.
It's crazy.
That is, and that for folks, that is 4 football fields. So to put that on a metric, to put that on a meter, you've walked a track in school. So he booked it 45 seconds. He was from sideline to sideline. That's absolutely amazing. His 200-meter record was 19.47 seconds. That is absolutely booking it. I couldn't even imagine. Most athletes on that level average around 10 to 11 seconds just for the 100-meter solo. So to continue that pace times 2 without slowing down, that is next level, absolutely next level stuff. Both those were indoor. Those records still haven't been shattered. So he holds that for Division II. Just all around, just this guy's a champion in everywhere he goes. So whether it's the world championships, the relay team, and now I can't believe it's took him this long to get to the Olympic level. But I do know the Olympics are every 4 years. So, There could have been injuries, there could have been stuff behind the scenes for qualifications. And the United States has produced speed, year in and year out. So maybe he was just waiting in the wings, and I'm glad the young man's got his first shot.
For sure. Trevor Bassett, we will see him compete in the 400 meters at hurdles at the 2024 Olympics. We hope him the best. We hope you can see him get a medal. That would be fantastic. Jordan, our next athlete tonight, we're going to be talking about Max Holt. Max Holt, Jordan, is from Cincinnati, Ohio. He is a middle blocker standing at 6'9". That just blows my mind. 2016 bronze medalist with the Team USA. Yeah. He has played for the U.S. national team since 2009. Team USA is currently competing in Pool C in men's volleyball. They started the pool play yesterday against Germany, I'm sorry, with a 3-2 win. They play Japan tomorrow at 3. Max Holt is a constant for Team USA. 15-year career overseas, and then he spent all that time with Team USA. Pretty incredible, Jordan. Tell us a little bit about Max Holt and Team USA.
Well, like you said, right here from Cincinnati, Ohio, we forgive him for going to Penn State. He participated at Penn State on their men's volleyball team from 2006 to 2009. Several runners-up, never won the national championship there, but did win the Big Ten honors in 2007 as an individual player. He was Big Ten Player of the Year in his sport. So that's a huge accolade to be there. FIBA World Cup in 2015, that was played in Japan. They won the gold medal there. They also won in gold medal in the 2023 play. So, just like you said, traveling the world with Team USA, really getting competitive. Like guy, I had measurements from 6'9" to 6'10", depending on where you read it at. So absolute monster. And like you said, Douglas, getting it done in this stage in his 30s, that's an accolade that can't be really ignored. That means, the care level on his body and, the constant working out, still being better than young guys stepping up. So really, really big accolades. This may be his last appearance. Everything I've read, this is kind of his swan song when it comes to being on Team USA this year. So I really love to hope that they get out of the pool play and get on the podium. Any medal right now, when you're, on the way out the door, you'd love to see him get gold, but, silver and bronze, that would really be, that's the story. That's what you want when you played this long. He's been a stable for Team USA. He was a stable in the Big Ten back in the day for Penn State. So I would love to see him. I would love to see him get the gold and really kind of complete the story here. So I'm super excited. I'll definitely be tuning in and watching. I know they had a kind of a close call and a rough bout against Team Germany, but I think they'll get it done against Japan.
Yeah, Japan is actually ranked the number 2 team in men's volleyball right now. They are not They are like, I was looking at the favorites for volleyball. They're below Team USA in the favorites, though. Japan is a damn good team. Currently, Team USA has the 4th best odds of winning the gold medal. They are behind some absolute heavy hitters in Poland, France, teams like that. So it's going to be fun to watch Team USA compete for the men's volleyball to get on that podium. It's going to be a really fun ride. Max Holt, probably, like you said, his last ride, 37 years old. It's a young man's game out there in the Olympics, and he's still out there competing at an extremely high level. We wish Team USA the absolute best, and we will be watching and supporting them from here. Jordan, anything else with the Olympics you want to touch on before we change gears?
No, it was just a big, day. The United States started picking up the golds. Really nice to see. We touched that kind of in the beginning of the segment here when we talked about, Simone Biles and the things she's doing. The United States men's basketball took care of business yesterday against South Sudan. So we continue to dominate there. A lot better than our qualification match against them. That 1-point win had me scared a while ago, but seeing the team really gel together, seeing a healthy Kevin Durant, really completely different story. LeBron came out and absolutely was a monster on the rebound. So, Ohio Sports Talk, we got to mention him. LeBron's been an absolute stable for the team, along with Durant. Those two guys' leadership, and you can just kind of see the young guys are really feeding off of them. Ant-Man is absolutely learning a lot. I think this is going to better his career for when he gets back to the NBA, because right now he is just around so much greatness. But that's a separate conversation for another day. But the men's get it done. I didn't see what the final score for I know the women played earlier. I
They
didn't
won
get
by
to check.
10. They ended up winning by 10.
Kudos to the women by 10. So we're USA basketball, men's and women's are dominating. If we're going to wrap up the Olympics as a whole, I'll touch on. I really hope the committee cleans it up for the next one. I wasn't really happy to see I'm just going to touch on it. I'm going to touch on it. It has to be said. I hope the committee cleans it up. You hate to see, these athletes.
They already put out a statement that they're not going to change it. They already put out a statement today. It's not going to change.
And that, as a father of a daughter, that's a shame. I don't really support it. That girl has trained for years and years and years to be in that position. So to me, it's just kind of unfair. I think, in a realm of boxing, it could be a little bit different if it was the independent promotions, but or even the world promotion. But, at the Olympics, when things should be even, to me, that just bothers me. We're not going to spill into all the other sides and factors of it. But, I stand with what Logan Paul said today and his brother said. I really stand behind it. What Pat McAfee kind of echoed, it should be an even playing field. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
That's fair.
It's a shame to see because, Cleveland's sitting a female boxer up there herself. I don't know if she's in the same weight class as that specific athlete, but if she is, to me, Douglas, that's a shame because these people work years. And as a father of a daughter, I would hate for my daughter to spend years training for something just to get crushed by somebody that's not even in the same genetics. So that's all I'll say about it. I'm disappointed in the committee, disappointed in, how that panned out. And like you said, they put out a statement, but 2 to 4 years is a long time before LA happens. Yeah. Maybe there'll be a change of heart. It most certainly is coming. There's pressure coming from about every other sports program in the world. Thinks like we do, or things like I do. I won't put words in your mouth, but I think it should be changed, Douglas. It's just not fair. It's putting a stain on the games. Other athletes are not being highlighted the way they need to when we have to spend time and talk about it. Yeah. And the Olympics are 30% ratings down overall from previous years. So maybe something will change when, it comes back to the United States and LA. I think maybe. We're not highlighting the right things for the games, and I would like to just kind of see it change. But other than that, Douglas.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have. I mean, you simply can't have that big of a physical difference in a combat sport like that, and really any sport. It's not logical, but in a combat sport, it just you could see the difference in the body. You could see the difference in the way that the punch was thrown. Like, you saw the athlete who took the punch, who, suffered the broken nose. You saw her consider to continue fighting because it's that important to her. But then, you realize that you're not going to win this fight and you're heavily outmatched. It was very unfortunate to watch. But, when the Olympics has already put out a statement that about gender and things like that, it's going to be very hard to get around that in just a couple of years because it's going to be the same people in control of the Olympics in the next cycle. So while I do have similar sentiments, I just feel like it's beating a dead horse when the Olympics comes out and makes a statement so boldly, only less than a day after what happened. There was a clear physical difference, and that's where we'll have to leave that because I don't know all the details. You hear so much different stuff. I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but there was a massive difference in body type and strength. So with you on that, let's transition, Jordan, to the Cleveland Cavaliers because the Cleveland Cavaliers have signed Jared Allen to a 3-year, $91 million deal. Jordan, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't know what direction this team's going in. To me, we watched the playoffs, Jordan, and we saw Evan Mobley succeed at the 5 and be a much better offensive player at the 5, a much more assertive player at the 5, and we don't follow through on that. And we're going to go back to the Twin Tower look. This does potentially give us some help if we do want to trade Jared Allen down the line. What is the direction of this team? Because we're not good enough. We're not a good enough team to compete for a championship, Jordan. What am I missing? What is the front office seeing that we as the fans are not? Because everybody we speak to in a roundabout way agrees this team's not good enough. People are looking for silver linings. They're looking for any edge they can get. We're not better than Boston. We're not better than Philly. We're not better than Milwaukee. We're not better than a lot of these teams. We're probably the 6th or 7th best team in the East today. And we've done nothing to improve this team. Nothing but re-sign our guys. I loved re-signing Donovan Mitchell. Hell yeah. I loved giving Evan Mobley that big extension. Of course.
Much earned.
But that doesn't change our ceiling. We're still the same group that we are last year. And you can't count on health. So we can't use that as an excuse because we very well could have health problems again this year. Why are we not going out and making this team better? I know, but I'm just saying for us personally, why are we not going out and making this team better? What is going on, Jordan? Let me know.
Okay. I see 2 things here, Douglas. I like that you kind of touched on signing Jared Allen to that will make him easier to move. I don't think he's going to be here post All-Star break. I know this is a bold prediction with a lot of time in between, but right now we don't have a secondary center either. So if we're not making any trades at the moment and we're being stagnant in that position, Jared Allen has to stay. So to take care of business, we sign the extension, we get him in, at least let him know he's making money one way or the other. So that's, that eliminates, any kind of camp holdout, any kind of practice, nonsense. He's been injury prone for the last, 2 out of 3 seasons in between. So I like the contract. It's not too much. It's not too little. But I also got to thinking because we didn't get to see prime Darius Garland last year, and that's that. He had the jaw issue. He lost a massive amount of weight. I know there's only so much excuse you could put on that. He didn't look comfortable in the playoffs, but he also made some boneheaded moves that were not injury related. But I'll leave that on the table. Yeah. But we didn't get to see that either. So if I'm the front office, I'm looking at this roster. It's not terrible, but it's like you said. Other teams made improvements. There's still guys out there on the market that we can make trades for. There's still guys kind of hanging around that aren't going to be on their teams. Douglas, I think they start with this squad, and we do kind of when LeBron, came back the second time, it seemed like every All-Star break, we blew it up, and we reconstructed it off of, the first half of the season. So I think this is all, to me, Douglas, I think this is purely tryouts. I think the team that we have, it's stagnant. The new coach is going to play with a different philosophy and a different pace. And whoever the hell can't get on board with that in the first half of the season, because we're going to be in playoff contention regardless. Mm-hmm. That's a given to me. I think then you pull the trigger, then you do the flexibility, then you gut it, you shape it, you form it, you smack on the package, and we get the playoff team moving forward post All-Star. I believe that's the direction of this team because this is not the first time this front office has acted this way. Especially during the LeBron years. Post LeBron years, we were never really in playoff contention, so the front office had no reason to act as such. But if you look at Kobe Altman's record and you look at Dan's record as the owner, every time we make a big push into the playoffs, this has been kind of the MO. We kind of keep the players that we have, and I had to look at the old rosters and remind myself of this because I always felt like we kind of made more moves, but every time we made a good playoff push, this has been kind of his MO. And Dan Gilbert said this year that he was going to have a lot to do with player personnel this season, but that was after we dismissed our head coach JD Bickerstaff. So this kind of falls in line. This is why I'm not panicking like I was 2 months ago because I sat and I thought about it, and I think we're going to blow it up at the All-Star game. Okay. But this is a tryout. This is purely to see who the hell is going to buy in, who's not, and we're going to majorly tweak the roster at the All-Star break. And I know that's a lot of information, but go ahead.
So you believe we make a trade at the break? We make a trade at the trade deadline, and that's where we make our move and try to get better. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but what if there's not a move out there that really can change the game? That's my problem. Because with LeBron, we always knew we were going to get to a certain level. We always knew we were going to be Eastern Conference Finals or Finals. So the moves that we made at the All-Star break were only to try to get us through the finals to win an NBA championship. Now we're not on that level, so I think we can't have that same mindset. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but if we're basing it off of last year's run, we went against the champ.
We got lucky to get into the second round.
I saw more talent than luck.
If we weren't at home in Game 7, the Magic beat us.
But we also, I can't hinge.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
We got through the Magic because we had the home court advantage. That's the only reason we beat the Magic. And yeah, we played Boston tough. But what is that? You're being Bob Castellini right now. You're patting us on the back for nothing. That's nothing. Losing to Boston in a semi-fun series that's not the goal. We don't have LeBron. We can't wait around and have players want to join us at the All-Star break. We don't have that luxury. If there's a move out there, of course, I support the hell out of that. But
you don't think the play you don't think the play of Donovan Mitchell and the long-term contracts with Evan Mobley is going to attract NBA players?
No. What, like a free agent? We don't have enough. We don't have any money to bring in free agents, Jordan. We have too many big contracts now. With the Jared Allen signing, that puts us over. We don't have money to bring in free agents. We have to make trades. And
I think we're going to be in prime position. I think we're going to be in better position than what you're thinking. Because I see this team with the healthy Darius Garland, a healthy Donovan Mitchell. We get the camp in. We've got Evan Mobley on the contract. He's going to play harder because of that. We have a coach that doesn't buy into a slow-ass philosophy and just a purely defensive-minded guy that never makes the subs at the right time. JB was terrible coach management. I can't believe you called me Castellini. That's a separate conversation. But you're
patting us on the back for nothing.
I'm patting us on the back because we also took Boston to the limit with no Donovan Mitchell and a skeleton.
To the limit is bold. That is a bold statement on what we did with Boston. To the limit. If they beat us on a game-winning shot in Game 7, that's the limit. That's the limit. They did not beat us. No. I know we played them hard and we gave them a decent run, but we did not push them to the limit. To the limit is a Game 7 and getting beat,
This was a busted-ass Cavs team that shouldn't have never been in it. Should have never been in it. But this team had grit. I saw a team that was a couple pieces away and a couple healthy pieces away from potentially beating Boston. I did. I'll go on the record and say it.
But we didn't get any more pieces to beat Boston. We're going to run the same bullshit out there. What are we going to do with that? Jared Allen is not helping. Jared Allen is not changing us beating Boston. We had Donovan Mitchell, and it was semi-competitive. But there's nothing has changed to give us a chance to beat them. It's not happened. We needed to go out and get a guy. We needed to go get a guy, and we didn't do that.
There's still time. I like I said, Isaac Okoro is not going to be on this team come open.
Isaac Okoro isn't going to get us a big fish, though.
It just depends It depends on the market. The Brandon Ingram.
What market is there for Isaac Okoro? Isaac Okoro is not good. I don't know what Cavs fans think is happening. Isaac Okoro is not good.
I'm not saying he's good.
Then how's he going to garner a good player back?
But the Jazz are sellers right now, and I would bring in Lauren back on the squad in heartbeat.
How? Tell me how.
I would package George Niang. I would package Isaac Okoro, and honestly, a first or a second rounder. to get
You
him the
think
hell
that's
off
all it's
this
going to take
team
to
and
get
bring
him?
him.
That you think that's all it takes to get Lauri Markkinen?
Right now for the Jazz, yeah.
The Warriors got turned down trying to send them 3+ first-round picks. Jordan, you can't just assume that it's going to happen. Isaac Okoro and George Niang in a first? No way. No. It has to be realistic. It has to be realistic, and that's not realistic. Again, our best trade options were to trade Darius Garland or Jared Allen, and we did neither of those things when the iron was hot. We punted on the idea of getting this team better, and now we haven't signed one player to help this team. One player. I don't even care if it's our backup center. We haven't signed one player to improve our chances. We got lucky beating Orlando. We did have a fun, solid series against Boston. Never, ever did I feel like we could beat Boston, ever, in a full series. We are if we don't do anything to change this, our ceiling next season is a first-round exit in the playoffs. Everybody in the East has gotten better, except for us. We can't guarantee health going into next year, so we can't use that. Something had to happen, and the Cavs didn't do it. All we did was re-sign our guys, and hopefully our hope is Evan Mobley takes a massive leap and he becomes KG. That's our best bet is Evan Mobley becoming KG. And he doesn't have that KG gene right now. He may develop into a monster, and I really hope he does, but we're putting a lot of eggs in a basket when we could have really made a massive move, and we didn't do it. I'm worried. I'm extremely worried, as you can tell. You're more optimistic. I don't know why you're being so optimistic today. I don't like it. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm alone up here.
No, you're not alone, Douglas, but our history, I think the trades are going to happen. It's just not going to be at your pace.
We don't have LeBron. We don't have LeBron.
We don't have LeBron, but we have a Donovan Mitchell and we have an Evan Mobley who could absolutely maybe flip that switch. And Darius Garland is still an all-star. And I'm not saying he's going to be on the roster post All-Star break, but we got to play with what we got.
Okay, that's fine. I'm with you. Let's move on before it goes any further. Jordan, let's talk some news and notes. Tonight, Jordan, FC Cincinnati had one of their games.
International match, I believe.
Their international match. I'm pulling it up right now. What was that team's? It's hard to say this team's name. I'm working on saying it right now. Give me a second. I'm going to try to sound it out.
I believe it was a team in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It's I just don't want to butcher it that poorly. Where is soccer scores? There we go. FC Cincinnati, they are up 1-0 in the 77th minute over Querétaro. Assad scored in the 64th minute to give FC a 1-0 lead. Obviously, these games are not in the actual MLS season. FC Cincinnati gets back in action in the against NYC on 8/5 Monday night. So, Jordan, what are your thoughts though? FC Cincinnati, we kind of limped into the bye, the off time. What are your thoughts on the team coming out of the bye?
I think this team's going to get healthy. The signing made me feel a lot better once you really dug into the research of bringing out a guy that can absolutely defend and give us kind of that quick pace that we were missing due to the injuries on the roster. So I'm happy. I think that if they do end up pulling this international game out, that's winning heals a lot of wounds, Douglas. Your knees feel a little bit better. You feel a little bit stretched out, and you finally get that monkey off their back and get back in MLS play. I think that's what the doctor ordered. We're gonna get our superstars back. We're gonna get our all-star back. We're gonna get our captain going. So all compasses point in the right direction there. I'm not as worried about them as I was going into the break. They were, like you said, they were slugging, but when you really saw the injury and the guys that weren't playing, it made a little bit of sense. Or at least it made me feel a little bit better. But I think it's going to be all steam full ahead. and they almost have to. We echoed on Columbus is right there. Miami's playing Miami ball again, and Cincinnati's right in between. So it is going to be an all-out slugfest for the East here at the end of the year, and I think we're going to be primed to make that run.
Well said, Jordan. We play Inter Miami August 24th, so obviously a massive game. They are up 5 points on us in the standings. We are 5 points ahead of the Columbus Crew, so things still developing in the MLS. Jordan, let's touch on the best team in baseball right now, the Cleveland Guardians. They come out and they thump Baltimore tonight 10-3. Lively continues to pitch well. Sorry, Ben Lively, Blake Lively, Lady Deadpool. Sorry for the spoilers. Ben Lively, 10-6 this season, pitching really well. It's an impressive year from the Guardians. Ramirez had a home run with 3 RBIs. It's just Fry had a home run with 3 RBIs. Bo Naylor had a home run with 3 RBIs. These guys are absolutely slugging the hell out of the ball. What are your thoughts, Jordan? I mean, the Guardians continue to just continue to play well, win games, and manufacture runs with the long ball. What are your thoughts?
They're doing what the Guardians do best. I know they were in kind of a slugless fest. They're kind of post All-Star break. Their first couple of series, they were struggling to get on base and struggling to make contact. But they're rocking and rolling. I kind of attributed that. They sent a record 5 to the All-Star game, and they kind of came back. And I just think that the hangover was real. I know Guardians fans were hitting the panic button. We interacted with quite a bit of them through the last couple of weeks on our X account / Twitter account. So always happy to get in conversations there. But I don't think I would like to see them. They didn't have that big arm that we thought they were going to potentially go out and get. But if this is the way they're going to have to win games, Douglas, it's going to be on the bats. They're going to live and die by that long ball. And I don't think they'll win. I don't think they'll make the series, but they're going to make a lot of noise going to the AL. Yeah. Playoffs when it happens, they're in for the hunt for October. They're locked in, regardless even if they hit another skid. But this team's rocking and rolling, Doug. I mean, just absolute bats. Ramirez is leading it both vocally and with his bat. A little bit of defense there. It's just they're always kind of entertaining to watch because you never feel like they're quite out of the game, and that's got to be a good feeling as a fan. I'll never experience it in my lifetime, but
no, we will not.
Really hats off to the North. The Guardians, the rankings came out, and I know we kind of picked on them. I can't believe
ridiculous.
What do they just get disrespected, Douglas, in your mind because of the pitching?
No, I think it's just because they're a Cleveland team. Honestly, I honestly think Cleveland is going to be. They're just going to get a little bit of slight no matter what happens. And that just is how that feels. We're talking about the MLB power rankings. They had the Guardians ranked 3rd. They had the Phillies still 1st after the Guardians just beat the Phillies in their last series. And then the Orioles were 2nd. The Guardians just thumped the Orioles tonight. So interesting how that all played out, Jordan. Let's transition to the next thing, though. The NFL is back, Jordan. The Hall of Fame game is being played tonight. The Bears are currently up 21-17. Caleb Williams did not play tonight. Obviously, I'm not really worried about that. CJ Stroud did not play for the Texans either. I'm not gonna overthink any of that. I wouldn't have my guys out there risking it either in the Hall of Fame game. But football's back, Jordan. This is the time of year. This is where things get real. Just give us your quick thoughts on football being back and just getting that time of year going.
Well, Douglas, I'm going to give a shout out to our own. Cade Stover had a monster first quarter. He was doing it. He was doing it catching the ball with the second unit. He was doing it. He had a monster block that popped a 20-yard run that was actually highlighted by both announcers. So he, all projections, I know he's got an uphill battle. He's going to start as tight end number 3, going into the season. But Douglas, make no mistake about it. I think we're going to see some packages maybe. And definitely some run blocking, but they ran 3 tight end sets last year. I know their receiving core is a little better, and we may not see as much of that, but that Ohio State connection.
Mhm.
CJ Stroud was, wiping his face down with the towel after he made the plays. Always good to see
Yeah,
that, sideline interaction. When you got a connection like that coming from Ohio State, uh, you know, expect big things for the young man for being a fourth rounder. I think he's going to make a little bit of noise, being tight end three. And the NFL with the added games, Douglas, it's no longer a sprint. The NFL is a marathon, and you never know when his number is going to be called. So injuries
sure.
happen, things might fall in line, but really happy to see a young man get out there and make a name for himself early and often on a big scale for the Hall of Fame game. So a little
Definitely.
shout out there to my fellow Buckeye. But football's back, Douglas, and I want to highlight, the Buckeyes start practice this week. The best damn team in the land. We're gonna get it done there. Really interesting to see, what comes out with the quarterback talk. We know Howard's gonna start, no questions there, but really kind of who's in the wings and these early games that we're expecting big blowouts. That's all eyes are going to be on Aaron Nolan and company, and seeing if they come out, how many snaps they're going to get in these early games. And I'm just super excited to see this defense and the secondary just really get it together. So I'm super pumped about that. Bengals camp has been some trash news recently. Cam Stample, no, Cam Stample went down on a cart. The
Saw it.
X-rays. I don't have any news on the specific injury, but for those us tallying, that is now three starting defensive ends with
Yeah.
camp issues for Cincinnati. I expect them to make a signing sometime this weekend or Monday. Uh, I don't think we have enough depth to rely on these guys getting healthy for week one, especially week two being lined up for the Chiefs. So I think they got to bring in somebody, Douglas. I know you're a Cleveland fan, but looking at this roster right now and these kind of camp injuries early, what's your thoughts on it?
I feel for you guys. I definitely do. I mean, you hate to see guys go down in camp. You hate to see, the only thing I think is kind of a positive here is Hendrickson is sitting out, so he can't be injured at this point, which is solid. The Browns actually had an injury also today.
Saw that.
Donta Foreman had a neck injury during a kick return, so thoughts with him also. It's rough, these early season injuries, they happen every year, and you got to kind of fight through them and be prepared. And like you said, the Bengals may need to go out and potentially make a move to bring in another pass rusher, but obviously we'll have to wait and see all the specifics on the injury. Um, you know, just a kind of a rough day in Ohio for football injuries, so that
Yeah.
was unfortunate.
Do the Browns give a thought about Kareem Hunt if he's still out there? In your opinion, just in
Yeah.
your opinion, no insight. I didn't read it anywhere, but that's just kind of the first name that went on my mind, depending on the running back that went down and what his involvement of the offense was going to be. But that's definitely got to be on at least some Browns fans' minds, correct?
I mean, he was going to be our third back behind. Well, he would be our second back behind Jerome Ford until Chubb gets hurt or gets healthy. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. How long do you want to keep stringing Kareem Hunt along? I just don't like. He can't just be the guy who's just waiting in the wings. I feel bad for Kareem Hunt because I feel like he's a good enough player to have a job somewhere, and he doesn't. I'm always all for Kareem Hunt coming back and being a part of the Browns, but at some point you got to stop stringing the guy along. So I'm going to say no on that one, just because of those reasons. Jordan, let's move forward though. We had a great show tonight. A lot of conversation, maybe some more actually heated conversations tonight. We actually got into a little bit. Let's review this one more time. We've got over 100 live viewers. Thank you to everybody who takes the time to watch this show, to interact with us, to do all that fun stuff. And while you are all here live Monday night on Ohio Sports Talk, Bronson Arroyo joins the show. We're going to have an interview with the former Reds pitcher. We're going to talk about his baseball career. We're going to talk about his time with Boston, the cornrows, if you all remember. And then we're going to talk a little bit about his music career. It's going to be a fun interview. Please stop in and check out the show. We really appreciate everybody who does that. We'll obviously be posting throughout the weekend about his appearance. Super exciting. The Olympics rage on, Jordan. We start a series tomorrow with San Fran. Bengals, Browns football next week. Ohio State football into the month. We're going to start hitting heavier on Ohio State. We're in prime time, Jordan. We're getting to that great part of the season. We cannot do it without you, the fans, the supporters, the viewers. Again, check out our koozies, Ohio Sports Talk. Hit up our website. We post it on all of our social medias. It's here at the bottom, ohio-sports-talk.square.site. The koozies are $5.99. I'm going to change the price of them right now. I'm going to put them on at $4.99. Go buy a koozie. We've already made some sales. We really appreciate everybody who checks out the site. It means the world to us. You're helping us reach our next goals. Anything left, Jordan, before we get out of here tonight?
No, Douglas. Thank you for everybody that's watching. We wouldn't be here without you. We're proud to get you this Monday's episode of Bronson Arroyo. One of our many projects that we got going on. Ohio Sports Talk. We're going to keep elevating it. We're going to keep getting better. The conversations are going to get more heated as it goes along. But that's why we're here. We love our interactions on Twitter, X. Love you guys getting involved in Facebook. Get on the YouTube channel, subscribe. It's free. Help us get our numbers up. We'll be able to continue to bring you better content. The more you watch, the more you interact, the more I can bring in and do my magic behind the scenes. So just really your support means everything. We're always proud to bring you these great conversations, and it's only going to get better. So I just want to thank you guys big time. Thanks for hanging in us, Douglas. We went over a little over an hour. No save rounds for me right now. So we'll see everybody back Monday for one of our shows, probably biggest episode yet to date. We're proud to bring it to you. We're super excited. Get involved with the conversation. We're going to be pushing it hard to remind people, hey, we're here on Monday with Bronson Royal. It's huge. It's going to be fantastic. Anybody that's ever been a big time fan, get in the comment section. We'll fire off as many questions respectively as we can with this time, and we'll move forward. So that maybe we'll get them on again afterwards. But big time things going on. Thank you for the fans, and Douglas, always, I love you, brother. Another great episode. Let's keep rocking it.
All right, buddy. Cheers to the weekend. Cheers to Bronson Arroyo.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Woo! Woo! All right, guys. That's been Ohio Sports Talk. We will see you Monday night. Bronson Arroyo live at 9:00. Can't wait. Bye.